demo reviewage. I'm quite hungover, but I'm going to look at our UGC season 17 week 3 demo, just POV from Viaduct. Some background information for anyone who doesn't know is that Viaduct has historically been the Complete Banker's worst map, and we've never won an official on it in Highlander. Which one is this earlier? This one. So coming into this, we were kind of hopeful, but also recognizing that Viaduct has never been our map, and that we need to kind of pull it out to get something done. We've got Higgs on NG this game, and Chandos hadn't played Viaduct before with us as heavy. He was playing NG in the pregame, but we switched it up. And early on there is a bit of miscommunication, but we sorted it out after a while. My game's being inordinately slow. There we go. I could have more health here, but it's really not a problem. I mess up that jump, but it ends up being fine. That demo's kind of slow and comes in from concrete for whatever reason. I get I think that's the demo man pretty soon, so we should have this. Rest picks up one of their players, I'm not sure who. I think I tend to push up the left side here. I don't know where the sniper is. I think it's just been called that he's on the right side, which is why I rotated around the rock here. I think it's someone else's suggestion. Generally, I like pushing the left side because other teams put snipers on cliffs and things, but this team really, we learned over the course of this game, they really favored the right side for pretty much everyone. I'm not sure why. Although this demo pushed up alone in Valley a lot, and we didn't really punish him for it as much as we could. Xenon have Sterno on Pyro this season, which is a good pickup for them. He's a good Pyro. He's denied me a fair few crits on Koth maps and officials. I think we played his team on Ram Jam in season 14. See, they're not really putting in any great pressure. There we go. Their demo's dead now. And this is because I'm focusing on the left side, because every team we've played against on Viaduct pretty much ever has put stuff on the left side, but they're putting everything on the right, like everything, so I've got very little to do. Rasta called out that sentry and said that we should spam it together, so I put down some stickies and just end up getting it anyway. I think Small Socks is their medic. That was kind of a lucky pipe, but they shouldn't have been grouped up like that. I didn't need to die there. It was a bit messy on our part. Oh, on Rasta. That's the air shot he was talking about after the game. Unfortunate that I died, but the push wasn't great, so we managed to pick that off. Chandos was a little bit far forward. The med took 100 and pick him off again, which is good. We need to keep. We got that demo. That's a nice pick as well. And I'm playing around the right side a little bit more now, but I still feel safer on the left, which is why I'm down here. Probably a mistake considering how the other team's playing, but I really don't like playing on the right. It feels very exposed. My stickies aren't doing that much. I should be doing something more like this. I think we're playing a little bit far back as well. We could probably stay on the point and still be okay. We give the demo man far too much space all the time. I'm getting decent enough damage. The sniper's there. I think Popcorn just picked their med, and there goes their soldier, another one of their better players. So I think you could definitely say that was a solid round, but I think that was mainly because there was no concerted aggression on their part. Oh, Rasta, why do you whip me? He knows what he's doing, and he knows it makes us lose games. Um, so I've got stickies ready for their demo now. I know they push this side, and the scout rushes me, which slows us down, but doesn't do much else. If there was some follow-up on it with the rest of their combo, but pushing out from concrete doesn't really allow you to get that aggression. I eat a pipe, which is kind of bad positioning on my part, and my hills aren't particularly well placed there. I've learned from just playing a lot of Viaduct that, this was mid where we just didn't deal with their soldier. He jumped our cliff at the start of the mid and no one killed him. What was I saying? Yeah, I've learned, like, over the course of playing Viaduct as Demo Man, that pretty much usually the only place to put pills that works is kind of spamming them just behind their rock while they're behind rock, and it kind of catches in an alcove that the medic backs out into. And otherwise, just like spamming pills randomly, like this, right now, doesn't do that much. But they're not at a range where I think I can do much else. So I guess I could charge some stickies, but I don't think it would do much. And right now we're just getting ready for the aggression. I should shoot that mini, but I've got other things on my mind. Alright, so got it. I'm really bad at judging how, like, my depth perception in Viaduct, for some reason I just can't understand how far ahead things are. I should pick off their demo. It's too far forward all the time. We go in for the trade, and they flash a little bit more, but Chandos is kind of caught out. Chandos was beginning to rage just a little bit in the comms this game, because I think his team plays differently around him as in heavy, compared to how we play with Higgs. He likes to be really front and center in pushes, and we don't really do that with Higgs. I just go in for a jump here because we've just completely failed a push, and tell Kippy to get all the way out, because there's nothing else we can do really, and we can just take the aggression run and respawn. We just lost a lot of players. Probably should have done it earlier, or gone in a bit deeper or something, but it was worth a try. It was that kind of time of the fight when sometimes you can get good things done. Pick off their sniper. The sniper was alright, but had some weird positioning, which really worked in our favour. Really worked. Big eatable with the sentry pick. Come on. I hate shooting minis generally, but especially on Viaduct, because I don't know where things are. Their pyro doesn't get a flash with the Uber, so that's easy enough to pick them off. Oh, I need to cough. It's a scrappy fight, and they're kind of all over behind the point, so they pick me off. And we're bleeding players big time, so we have to give them the point again. Yeah, this round, I don't know if people were just feeling cocky after they put no time on the point in the first round, but I was like checking the Steam messages or just talking to people or something, and that was really, really bad on my part. But yeah, I don't know. People just weren't getting aggressive together this game, so all of our pushes were really scrappy. Which is partly because we hadn't played with Chandos on fire before, and reflect kills. Oh, and they fucked up the config as well. So the second half is only after the 1-1. That is this one. So yeah, we did pretty badly that round. We never got a good push in because they were so scrappy, partly because of not controlling the soldier and not controlling concrete and getting the space in there. Also, because we had to like the way we pushed, Chandos wanted to lead it a lot, and he was playing like the way he plays in his team, which he goes forward in the Ubers and is very proactive in them. And playing it like that. He just kind of got picked off from our team because we're not used to playing like that. Rasta whips me again, and it's still a shitty thing to do. You should feel bad as a human being. Do I bump my head off the thing this time? I do not, and I know the demo's coming that way, but I don't get the thing on him. I get some sticky damage because I just leave them there and try to deal with this soldier, because that's the one thing everyone said about the last round, deal with the soldier. But we lose 2 from our flank on the way here. I'm trying to just get some space in. I call that scout. I'm really distracted this mid. I don't think it should be my job as a demo man to watch out for these players coming in behind us. That is, I should be going forward and getting damage onto their combo. And we take years to kill this scout as well. But no one else was doing it, and our team were playing very uncoordinated. We got the mid for 20 seconds because their combo played really passive, but they had so much space that it just wasn't going to work. Kaka gets dropped by the sniper, and Sterno, I just put stickies behind him, and that's the dreaded weakness. Rasta comes in for a bomb at a really good time, and we pick off their demo man before we force the Aruba, and I know I'm probably dead here. Oh no, okay. We can go in for the repush pretty soon. We have Uber advantage and we can wait for that if need be, but kill that scout. See, if Kage had something that wasn't the detonator, that scout would be dead. Oh, he's on the shotgun. I guess he just wasn't hitting shots. Shots fired. Yeah, we've got the Uber now, so we're just gonna come in. I guess we chose to wait for that rather than go in for a scrappy push, which is probably the right call because scrappy pushes have been especially scrappy in the past, and Chandos goes forward and gets picked off. We're kind of playing around the point, and he was playing ahead of the point. And have we lost a lot of players or what? Because that demo man was alone for so long, and our flank should be able to pick him off. I don't know. Sometimes I just don't know where people are when people die, and they get a lot of space, and I don't understand why we're not punishing it for them, punishing them for it. Oh, the air shots. We end up repushing in with our spawns at kind of a lucky time. Oh, that it takes 70, and I eat some of my own stickies. Fuck you, Sterno. Yeah, sometimes we don't call when we die, and that really goes badly for us. We lose our heavy and our sniper, and I say to just get out while I come in. Their med takes 100 damage, but no one else comes in for the bomb. I stick by my play. I probably could have done a bit more damage if I'd placed my stickies differently, or if someone else had come in, but something that we kind of had to learn the hard way for playing Viaduct is that when you bleed a few players, you're bound to lose the point. So I just tell Keeper to get out, which means that we didn't use Aruba, we didn't lose our medic, we have advantage now. And we can use it to push in here while they're all grouped up. I thought this was advantage, but apparently it isn't. And I don't know why that is, but I'm not reloading stickies because I know the fight will be soon. And pick up that pyro. I want to go in for the refight here, because we have to. But no one else is with us. No one else is with us. See, that's the kind of thing that really annoys me about Viaduct, because that's one of the reasons our team is really bad at it. That sometimes there's no one there, and they're all over us. And if we had our flank up and around them and doing distractions and getting work done, then we'd be able to really easily win fights. Like Rasta just came in right there and distracted them, and that went really well for us. But in times when just our combo is like behind the rock and we need to get some extra angles on them, we're not doing anything, which is really annoying as a way we play. Someone takes the ammo here, I believe. Yeah, I call it. I need the ammo, and then someone takes it, so I have to run back in a second. Yeah, about that jump in a while ago. I like jumping in like that when it's obvious we're going to lose the point but need to get out, because partly because it distracts their combo. It's like, oh well, we have to slow down because they did damage to our medic, which means we'll get out and we'll have potentially Uber advantage to recontest. It just so happened that when we did it last time, they had even Ubers with us, which I didn't know. See, they're winning these rounds because they have their flanks are actually coming in during the team fights, and in our team fights, often it seems like it's just like me, Popcorn, Kippy, and Rasta, if even. And I don't know what's happening that our flank isn't in these kind of fights, but it's definitely the reason we're losing. Because if we had one or two more people in on all of these fights, then we would win them pretty easily. So we've just come off the back of 2 annoying rounds, but we pick off the Demo Man pretty soon, and as long as we actually do push forward together as a team this time, then we should get the space. They're incredibly passive. I'm not sure they're even really contesting. And I think this might be the round where they run crits, so I think I called that we should hold close on the right and not give them the space when the crit's in. We're at 90%, so they should have it. Chandos gets picked off. That happens. I don't know. We went for a contest with their combo, and that's the kind of thing that happens. When you take fights, they rotate pushing left, and that's called when they're up in the valley. We're a little bit slow to respond to it, but at least we have our Uber. That's a nice headshot. So we should be able to collapse on this demo. Rasta comes in at a good time. Get their heavy, I think. Their med manages to get out, but I do get a nice arrow, but then I get piped. Yeah, we're not focusing on the Demo Man. He's alone so much. He's in a position where we could pick him off so much. And I don't know if I'm just expecting our flank to be everywhere at once, but we would be winning so easily if we collapsed on their players who are actually overextended like that, and we're just not doing it, and I don't know why. We bleed 3 players before we come in here, but we pick the heavy, so I'm gonna go for it anyway. Our spawns are better, and they're playing pretty passive, which gives me some space to put stickies down. I realized a while into this game that if I can't shoot things when they actually come onto the point, so the best thing I can do is to fire stickies behind them and just wait, because they're gonna back up eventually. And that's just, what's this NG doing? Like, that perplexed me so hard. Like, what did he think that would work? Yeah, I can't really hit anything. Something about the way the map is arced and the way stickies are arced means I just can't hit stuff when it actually pushes up onto the point, so I try to get stuff when it's behind the rock and I can actually do some damage. Chandos goes down. Sure, that's a good pick by this guy. And we're holding the right side now. As long as their sniper doesn't go left, then we should be mostly okay. But now their Demo Man's rotating, so we should too get on the Demo Man. Get on the Demo Man. He's alone. Get on the Demo Man. We're getting on the Demo Man! And then we pick him off. See? That's what we should be doing. Oh, poor NG, looking the other way. I love pipes though, they're so satisfying. This Sully forces Aruba, which is understandable. And yeah, there we go. You get forced, you jump in. I was lucky that it worked, and they weren't looking up. But I think we might be able to hold here because we got that pick. We should be able to heal up here as long as we don't bleed more players. Ah, this part gets on there. And their soldier gets a sniper, and Rasta gets their soldier. I think we're going to contest here and just go for their med when they're coming in. He takes 60 from me. The scout's on me though, and we don't have players around the point, turns out. Sometimes, yeah, this does just happen sometimes, that suddenly we don't have players on the point, and I'm in, it's like me and someone else from the combo. Like, okay, well we can take this fight, we can force their med, and suddenly they're all over us, and we have no players with us, and I'm not really sure if everyone died or just became very passive suddenly. They have a level 3 again, I think, but their team's not playing around it, so I can start doing this. Rasta's spamming it out as well. And we get it. So not only is that level 3 not there anymore, I did reasonable damage to force that. And our team pushed in around the right side at the same time, which was the reason I got the space to be able to do that damage. So thank you, team. I don't know who I just killed, but you see I fired pipes at the spot that I know is the good pipe spot. And that was a reasonable round from us. Could have focused stuff a bit harder, but he has to know, Rasta has to know that he's completely fucking me off when he whips me. But he's done it literally every time. We get the demo man, Rasta gets the demo because their team play kind of passive and he plays away from their team, and they're barely even contesting the mid. And the sniper pushes Cliff for the first time, which is probably a good call, but Raven, there's no one with him, so Raven can pick him off, which is a good reaction to bad positioning. Their spy button knifes our medic, which is unfortunate. We should be able to get this demo man, please. Yeah, Raven gets him. Raven really starts reacting to those focus calls in these later rounds, and it really helps us. We're generally picking up players here. I know I don't have heals, so I don't want to take any damage, but I want to force the Aruba, which is what we do. So I'm kind of happy to give up the point now that we've done that. It's going to be pretty much even. We lose Raven. The soldier. We're starting to deal with the soldier more too. Get that ammo, get that ammo. No, I wanted the ammo. Okay, never mind. Walk over the. Yeah. Thank you, broken dispensers. The heavy's in an annoying spot. We're starting to get the space on concrete though. This is, you know, a normal team fight. We need to focus this Sully. We focus this Sully, but he still gets our med on the way in, and we should still commit. That's what I say now, at least. Yeah, we have no reason not to go for the med. I got someone there. I don't know who. I don't think it was their medic. Big Socks, I think that's their engineer. Or maybe it was their medic. Not sure. Oh, this is. Oh, Kippy stays alive to that. Nope, nope, doesn't. Yeah, I don't think we should. We probably shouldn't commit Kippy when very few of our protective classes are alive, because I think it was just him and Raven in that point. We lose a med, but I still think we should commit because we need to get the time, we need to get the aggression. I'm kind of out of position being that far forward, but I need to be that far forward to do the damage. And now that we've done the damage and have the space, our team can get the point. So I stick by what I did. So we're set up pretty well. I assume that was a med pick we got a while back. We know how they're playing this. We lose our sniper, but we pick their sniper. They push Valley, which they don't usually do, and I get dropped, and so does Chandos, which is really bad. So it's just Rasta in this Uber. I think there was some big time miscommunication there to drop both of our main damage classes in that, and I'm just waiting for spawns now for us to get aggressive again. But all the spawn waves come in at the same time, so we can start getting some really nice aggression here. The sniper's in a strange place. I don't think we pick him off though. I hate minis that are put there. Okay, we need to get forward. Really, we lost Rasta, which is unfortunate. I've got a lot of space on the left. Their sniper's down, so we've got a lot of room to maneuver. That mini's kind of locking down the right side though, and I can't, in these big team fights, I can't really commit the time to dealing with it. Get their pyro, which is good. I've needed heals for a while, but in these long team fights, everybody needs heals. I wasn't aiming for the sentry there. I thought the medic was kind of on the left. He was out on the right towards main. But we rush forward and we still get the point. Their demo jumps in, but he doesn't get anything. We've got minis locking that down pretty well. It's the banker's way to have a crits that does essentially no damage and nothing useful, but to make it work anyway. And we got the point. We know they have advantage if we don't pick off their medic, but we have to commit here. If we focus the demo man here, yes, there we go. That puts us in a much better place. If we get this crits, maybe we can do some damage. We're playing around the point well. Like, we're not overextending that much. Our flank's playing around and focusing stuff well. We're not playing behind the point and giving them the space either. Though they are playing quite passive as well. I see the medic and I wanted the crits a bit sooner, but it wasn't happening. I think I would have got the med if Sterno wasn't there. But I didn't want to go from the right side because I'd get focused, so crits isn't particularly good. I thought I got their med there, but I think just did some damage. If we focus our classes here, then we've got this. I assume we picked their med at some point, so that they didn't have an over there to push in with, because they didn't. And them not having an Uber is pretty much the reason we won that round, so well done to whoever did that. This is when Popcorn had to leave, and we unexpectedly paused. Had to find a sniper merc. The score right now is 3-2, with us in the lead. It's match point for us. And it ends up being a little while before we get anything sorted, so we can just sit here and enjoy the fact that this is the one round I have not been whipped. We end up getting getting Ernie in, and we get a pretty solid last round here. But it takes a little while. Unfortunate that that breaks that momentum a little bit, but we're still playing okay. This is the round where Chandos wants to push right side because they push right side first thing, and that's not something I've much experience with, and turns out I don't like doing it that much because it means that I take a lot of damage without being able to deal it so well. Oh, I do get whipped. Thanks, Rasta. Yeah, I end up in this kind of weird position where I'm not in the fight for a really long time. And I only did like 100 damage with a pipe at the start. And now I'm just eating up heals. So pushing right to deal with them pushing right didn't really work. Their demo's getting pretty aggressive again. Separate their med with some stickies. I can deal with this soldier. I didn't know where he went, but they're pushing across the point, and this is like the only mid where they've been much more aggressive across the point than we have, apart from the one where the soldier went cliff. But I think even then their combo stayed really passive, which doesn't bode well, particularly for us. But we gotta deal with it, and their pyro's distracted on cliff, and we get some damage. We lose Raven on the way in, but that's what happens when you push. See, I don't know the angles of the map. I have played this map quite a lot by this point, and I just can't. Oh, nice arrow. I can't get the angles to deal with even sentries like that. We lose quite a few from our combo. I should probably just go in for a jump here, and tell Keepy to get all the way out, rather than us both getting picked off. That was probably my bad for not making a call there, but I really knew we needed to do something to break their hold rather than just slowly bleed players while we push in without getting any picks on their team. I should have just put a sticky down, sticky jumped forward, and told Kippy to run away. But I didn't do that, so we both died. The soldier does a fair bit of damage, but considering what he could have done in that situation, that's okay. We can get healed up and go again. We're doing some damage. There we go. They're all caught in a place where me and Rasta can do well to get at them.
Mission ends in 60 seconds.
Why are we back here? What? Why do we run back there? I get dropped. We separate them okay. I really don't remember or understand why we ran back there rather than staying with our team to keep the space and kept the point. We lose our sniper to their medic. Really thought that pipe would connect and he would die. Kag's got to deal with him. The sniper is called up there. We're bleeding a fair few players at this point. And they've only got 40 seconds on the clock compared to our 2 minutes, so it's not looking too good for the banking boys. Their med's in a spot where I should be able to do damage, but I do a little bit. Their pyro's doing a good job of protecting their med, and he's all the way out. And we don't focus their demo man. Story of this game, us not focusing their demo man when he's out of position. But we're still taking this team fight, and Ogre's forced. I'm shouting at Chandos at this point from Spec to, like, that med's behind you! Kill him! We lose 3, 4 players. A lot of good defensive ones, and we didn't get that many kills on their team. So it's gonna have to be a super defense here. And I can't, I'm alone essentially, but I really, really didn't want them to take that point. So when we spawn, we're gonna have to go in without Ubers and just do our best. 30 seconds left.
Ends in 30
This round doesn't look good, and I genuinely don't have a memory of how we pull it out again. This is, when I look back at my team and shout medic, that's me saying, come on, come on, come on, come on, get aggressive, come on. I would have been dead if the demo dead his sticky trap. Again, I'm going to focus the demo man, who is not supported by this heavy and hasn't been for the past 25 minutes. And eventually we do it. I know the medic's, I know I'm out of position there, but I thought the medic was somewhere back there, and I know he has Uber advantage, and they have 3 seconds on the clock, so I thought it might have been worth it, but we have Uber now. We can just... yeah, I probably don't need to be in this Uber. Chandos could have taken that alone. Kaga could have taken that alone. But we're really stuffing them very well here. They kind of botched that push by all staying behind the rock. If they had pushed players up through concrete more, they could have wrapped around us, surrounded us after the Ubers, because our Uber wasn't great. They had all of their players. It's just that they were all caught behind the rock, and they all took me and Rast as spam, while Chandos was dealing the damage and making them look the other way. So now the game is, they won't have an Uber, and we just have to defend the point. We will have an Uber soon, which makes it a lot easier for us. And I have no ammo. Oh, Kaga. Oh, Kaga. My ammo. Okay, well, the pipes are working. That demo took like 268 damage there. But by this point, we have Uber, and they're already not up in the point. And we take Banker's first Highlander Viaduct win! Oh, we're still not great. But we're getting better, gradually. And we have at least some semblance of knowledge of what to do on the map.